إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم أما بعد. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: وجعلت قرة عيني في الصلاة. وجعلت قرة عيني في الصلاة. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, the ultimate pleasure in my eyes, in my life, in what I like, Salah. Salah was made to be my ultimate fun, ultimate good thing that he sallallahu alayhi wasallam liked to do all the time. Prove it to you, we'll prove it to you. كان يقوم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أو قام رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حتى تفطرت قدماه. Aisha radiallahu anha said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to do night prayer until his feet were swollen, standing too long, not the number of rak'at, but as long. In one rak'ah, one time, he recited Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Imran, and Surah Al-Nisa, all three together. Surah Al-Baqarah by itself is about 47 pages. So talking about around 100 pages in one rak'ah. And then when we read half a page, people, young ones, not old ones, start swinging from one side to another like they're gonna collapse. Salah is number one that he likes. I wonder how he developed that like. How do you develop something or to like something? When you like to play a game, sports, what do? You take the ball and you dribble for 5 minutes and you drop it, and then you do it tomorrow for 5 minutes and you keep doing it 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you have ultimate love for basketball? Is that how you do it? No. You do it over and over, and more time and more focus and more learning and more reading and more uniting, and you call people and you ask people of knowledge and everything. After that you find yourself, hey, after all, basketball is not that bad. Same thing with everything else. The more you know it, the more you benefit, or you know the benefits that comes out of it, the more you feel that benefit, the more you like it. Salah is why you're here, why you're created. It cannot be but good. You really cannot have a wonderful life unless the Salah is wonderful in your life. Imagine the story that I mentioned, Anas ibn Malik. The Muslims conquered, 30,000 conquered, 150,000. And it was ultimate huge victory. And yet he was crying. Why was he crying? They missed Fajr prayer while they were in the war. Ultimate excuse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to count them. Why didn't you pray Fajr? No, but still, Fajr prayer was something else. The prayer was something else to Anas ibn Malik. How could I forget that? Or how can I miss that? I never did miss one of those. I never really dare to do any of those. We missed it. So they come and say, come on, rejoice, celebrate, this is a good time. He goes, what the whole world equal? What is Tustar and what is that city and who cares for that city? I missed Fajr. Exactly. When I read that, I was going, this is exactly what Prophet Adam alayhi salam did. He was forgiven. He ate from the tree, he was forgiven. Yet the day of judgment, no, not me. I cannot intercede for you. I cannot even talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I disobeyed him. But come on, you're forgiven. It doesn't matter. I disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Go to someone else. Wow. What makes you have that love and have that respect? Practice. Practice what? Something similar to what you do. What do we call it? Sunnah. Sunnah prayer. If you limit yourself to 4 rak'ah and 4 rak'ah and 3 rak'ah, you would never ever love the Salah. And you would never ever get full credit for it. And it is almost hard to even think that you can go to Jannah because your Salah is perfect only if you limit yourself to 4. Even though Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said if you do that, you go to Jannah. But who, this is based on if it's accepted. And who claims that all of his prayer is accepted and no defect in it? And what makes the defect? The Sunnah. It's impossible to tell me that someone who doesn't pray Sunnah because he's lazy, he's going to be active and really going after the Fard prayer. It's impossible. You're lazy, more lazy for that. It's impossible for you to convince me that someone doesn't like praying Sunnah and he likes praying Fard. You see? Logic. Just think. Most people don't think. If you think about what you're doing, you understand how people their dua is accepted, how people they have a good life, and how people are conducting their life, and how people adhering to certain things like on Salah. Look, you come on Salah, you line up, you follow the Imam, you sit and wait, you look at time, you do all of you're supposed to be early on time. You're supposed to be on time, no tardiness. You're supposed to, like some of you, for instance, finish the class. What are you doing? Sniffing around the bathrooms. For what? What's the bathroom for? Use it, make the wudu, exit. Where? Wait for the Salah, which is considered Salah. But because you don't really understand the importance and the value of Salah, you would rather just drag yourself step by step and count the stairs all the time before you come here. Make sure that none of the stairs disappears over time. And then you come here when it's time to do. I'm talking about certain people, and we have wonderful people who are here on time. And they come on time. And I'm talking about people who are wasting time, not people who just happen to be running behind because of the teacher or some other reason. Sometimes people have reason. I'm talking about people who don't. People who don't understand the value of Salah, the value of praying Sunnah on time, and the value of dhikr, and the value of standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you talk Salah and when you talk Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should feel good. You know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the Salah? 5 times a day, right? 5 times a day. He could have made it all at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or 12 o'clock, or 10 o'clock, whatever. Makes it at one time. But he made it different times. If you look at those times, one of the time, it's when people are tired usually. And some of the times when people are busy. And some of the times when people are sleepy. Sleepy, busy, tired. That's your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to test you. When you're tired, I want you to stand up before me. Prove that rest is not your number one priority, it's me. I come before rest. Like the mother, she wakes up to take care of her sick baby because he comes more and more important than her rest. The second one, you are busy. Prove to me that your money and your cash and your business is not more important than me. Drop it and come stand. The third one, when you're sleepy, prove to me that sleeping is not more important than standing before me. Get up at Fajr on time, pray on time, don't go to sleep Isha before you pray Isha, and so forth. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in all times. So at all times you're connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the day to let you know that you are born and you are in this life for that, for the prayer. And that's why He puts it for you in different times, and we'll talk about why some of those times, too much time in between, and some of them too short at a different time. But keep thinking, you're here to pray, not at ISI only, but in this universe. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who uphold the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make that prayer number one most beloved thing in our life. You have a question, تفضل. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك جزاكم الله خيرا. You're looking at me, you're not having a question? No.